up, I always felt like my dad didn't love me enough. He barely ever hugged me or told me he was proud of me. We rarely had conversations, and when we did, it was usually about mundane topics like what I'd eat for dinner. It was like he didn't want to invest in our relationship. I resented him for what it felt like he was depriving me. But the feeling of being loved by a father, something I saw other kids experience with their dads all the time. Whenever I talked to friends about it, they would try to console me, but nothing ever made me feel better about the situation. So one day when my dad asked me how my day went and if anything interesting had happened, I decided that this was the right time to confront him about his lack of love and affection towards me. He seemed taken aback at first, but then he said that he did care very much for me and that it wasn't his intention to make me feel neglected or unloved. Well, if you do care so much, then why don't you hug me more often or let your voice betray your emotions? When you talk to me, don't you think that would make our relationship better? I asked him with a hint of bitterness in my voice. He hesitated before replying, I guess I just don't know how to show my emotions sometimes because no one has ever really taught me how to do it. His voice wavered and his eyes were downcast as he continued, and then maybe because I never really experienced getting those kinds of things from my own father either. Suddenly, all the resentment I had been feeling towards him dissipated, and my heart softened as his words sunk in and understanding dawned upon me. Maybe this was why he had been so distant all these years, because he himself hadn't been shown love growing up and didn't know how to express it towards others himself now that he was a father too. After that conversation, although things weren't perfect between us, all of a sudden, things began improving on their thoughts on accord. We talked more often and hugged more frequently without any prompting from either side, as if we both just understood what each other needed without having to say anything else on the subject again. As we grew closer together over time, eventually a realization hit home that even though my dad had difficulty showing how much he loved and cared for people around him through words or actions, I still knew deep down in my heart that he loved both myself and family deeply, even if it wasn't expressed explicitly. Our bond only strengthened after that point. Water now filled our conversations where our hardness once hung heavy around us before, and understanding replaced any doubt we once held within ourselves towards each other's feelings on the matter. And then even though things have changed since then between us too, it doesn't matter anymore, because at the end of the day, I know that even though my dad might not have known quite how to show it, he loves me just as much as any other parent would love their child.